Good morning, guys. Welcome to Fishful Thinker. I'm Chad LaChance. That's Timothy Farnsworth, and this is La Cueva del Fishful. Now, who is Timothy Farnsworth? Well, Tim Farnsworth is the camera guy for Fishful Thinker Television. He's also one of my oldest friends, and he and I went to Alaska this year. Today's episode is conventional pike fishing.
If I went back, I'd be like, all right, one day we just want to go from just leapfrog spot to spot.
Yeah, just work your way down the river. And for the record, one of the guides there was doing that to some degree, and they were catching fish on some of the spots we were talking about. And that speaks a little bit about the health of the river in general. Any real break in the riverbank would hold some pike in it, and any of the weed beds that were starting to emerge would hold some pike in them. Now, there's a little bit of seasonality to that fishery, and having been there one other time, I can speak to it a little bit more. The backwater slough areas really fill up with water in the spring, and then there's tons of pike in there. And as the season progresses, the pike move out to the main river, which is more what we dealt with, not as much backwater pike. But regardless, from the time the lodge opens to the end of salmon season, you can catch pike there.
Come on.
That's three casts in a row. In case anyone wondered if Farnsworth can fish, and I get that actually question a lot. Does camera guy does he ever get to fish, or can he fish?
He thinks he can fish.
Yeah, well, we all think we can fish. No, I've said it forever. He's a very, very good fisherman. We've fished together since college, and we've fished all over the place, from the Everglades to Alaska to Texas to the Ozarks, all over the West.
So all three of those, I let the bait drop all the way to the bottom, slack out, and then start reeling it. All three of them hit it the exact same way. And it's another, whatever. This one's small.
Oh, this one's small. He's only 35 inches.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a 33, 34 incher. You know, it's just a little guy. Yeah, I don't understand the growth rates in here. I just don't. I mean,
well, when you got fish that are this big, 35, 34 inches, eating 22-inch king salmon, I mean, and they're still eating, yeah, they get big around here.
Yeah. Well, and those salmon are probably huge protein sources.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he got that one good too, didn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm going to put him on the boga so I can keep his mouth open. Some fish I can just grab with my hands and pop out, but this guy, he inhaled it, so I want to hold his mouth open while I do a little orthodontic work.
Yeah, those are what you call committed bites. Nice work. Look at him, he choked it.
He's gone. Wow.
I think your retrieve is good,
Oh, thank you.
right? And I want to point out,
This is where you come if you just want to wind something and get slammed and slammed and slammed.
and jokes aside though, you recognize that, hey, it goes all the way to the bottom, and then I start winding it, and then wham, but you're paying attention, and that's the key. We talk about lessons, right?
Not a big fish,
ain't
but a
he
nice
cute?
one.
Nicely done.
Do it again, do it again.
I want to point out that our goals on this particular trip are pike in the 50-inch class. So 40-inch pike were not terribly rare on fly or spinning tackle. Now the fly show is a whole nother show. We'll talk about that another day. But the 40-plus inch pike were not that hard to come by. Oh, he's on it, dude. Oh my gosh, dude, are you kidding me?
He don't want to give up, does he? He's getting mad at it.
Oh my gosh, dude, I don't think I ever actually felt him until just then. Oh my God.
What was that, 8 strikes that fish took on that thing?
Oh my God, dude, that is insane. That is insane.
When they want to eat, they want to eat.
All the way across the river. Oh, there he is.
Take it away from him.
Yeah. Oh my, got him right here. Yep, there we go. That is so good. That is so good. That is so good. That fish followed it from all the way over there. He's like, I knew I shouldn't have bit that thing.
He couldn't resist the wiggle wiggle.
He couldn't resist the wiggle of the Surge Shad. There you go. Look at him, the furious pike snatcher right here. Well done, man.
Nice little guy.
Yep, and that is literally a little guy for this pond.
Yep.
It was the 50-inchers that are really pushing the issue, and there's not a lot of places you can go and really legitimately look for 50-inch pike.
Got him. I didn't get a very good hook set on him. We're gonna see what happens. He's another one that tricked me. He was coming right at the boat and it slacked out and I wasn't sure and then it slacked out again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. And guys, I buried the butt of the rod in my arm right there and I'm just holding it from here. Otherwise you'll fatigue yourself. You try to hold that thing with your forearm only. That's my favorite sound in the world right there. Big old fish pulling on my string. Yeah, that's a big one. Hey Dan.
Yes, sir.
You got a good fishing spot.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I keep coming back.
So how does a guy decide he's gonna buy a lodge and move to Alaska?
He has a dream as a boy and he works hard to achieve his goals.
Wow, look at the motivational speech on this guy.
Dude, that is
That's a
nice,
gator pike
that is
right
a
there,
nice
man.
pike.
That is a big pike right there, people. Oh, man. Give your bass rod a workout. That is a gorgeous pike. Holy crap.
Fish like this eat the fish that you have on Horsetooth, don't they?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and the funny thing is here they're native, so they're not public enemy #1 like they are in Colorado and anywhere else in the Western United States, you know. There's areas in Western United States where they'll root on the whole lake if there's pike in them because they're so voracious, but here the ecosystem can support them. That's a nice one. Okay. Okay, come here, buddy.
I think we're gonna want to get a measurement on this guy.
We're at least gonna want to get a still with him. And guys, we try to be easy on fish, so we're not taking a lot of stills and stuff. Okay.
I don't think he's ready, but I'm gonna try.
And like I say, guys, you keep the rod loaded pointing away from the guide. So if for some reason that thing comes unhooked, you don't smash him with it. Very important. Because Dan's bigger than me. There you go. I think he's good now. You can see that hook right in the corner. And I glue those on there, people. Those hollow bellies are glued on that. That's an old jig head. That thing's been rigged for years. And it's glued on there. And as long as it's glued,
My freaking boga's got sand
there
in
won't.
him.
Got him. There you go. That's a nice one, people. That is
That's what you come to Alaska for. If you want big pike in the middle of nowhere bush, and you want to be away from people and hook pigs, this is where you're gonna make it happen.
This guy knows what's up.
Dan's holding up this pike, and you really don't need to put a tape on it.
It's giant, no matter how you look at
It's a
it.
giant pike, and we did that, you know, over and over, like literally all day long, to the point where you're not tired of doing it because you know you're only going to be there for so long. But just numbers of big fish and numbers of fish.
Just slacked it out.
Just did like I was fishing a plastic worm, just a bink.
And that fish is taking us for a little bit of a ride here.
Yeah, he's gonna take us over that water you wanted to go to, Dan. What do you think, Tim? Alaska's not so bad.
It's all right.
This is Tim's first trip to Alaska. And I bet you he'll come back at some point. Happy birthday, Farnsy.
Ooh, another toad.
He's staying deep. Yeah, he's staying deep here.
Ooh, 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 yes, sir.
Oh, there, oh, he swallowed that thing too. That's good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, he did. Look at that.
Yeah. That's why you use wire right there, guys. The wire's running right down his throat.
Hey.
So normally, regular viewers will know that Tim and I will throw fluorocarbon, usually 60-pound fluorocarbon for leaders rather than wire, but here in Alaska, they're not exactly line shy, and you're gonna catch so many fish that the fluoro won't hold up. In places like Colorado, where they get a lot of pressure, the fluorocarbon is fine, and you will get more bites with it, so it's worth it. But here, you need wire.
Woo!
Nicely done, Mr. Farnsworth, nicely done.
So
I'm gonna come down there, and we're gonna take a look at this
That bait is gone.
Berkeley hollow belly down that fish's throat right there. That's a 6-inch bait, and Dan's gonna do some orthodontics on this fish real quick. Nicely done.
yeah. All right.
Beauty.
Bueno.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
All right.
yep. You can let him
Bye-bye,
go.
Mr.
We
Fish.
like to be easy on fish. Well
go.
done, people, well done. These are a couple of my favorite people. That's my favorite savage right there. That's Dan.
And the ironic part about it is not a lot of small fish there. It's rare that we would catch, you know, the little hammer handle pikes. You'd catch, I mean, 2-footers was a little one, and 30 inchers was maybe, okay, well, that's at least a, you know, whatever, 36 inches, okay, now we're talking 40 inches, okay, now there's a good pike. And then when you get up in the 45, 48 inch class, now you're talking about big ones. And I don't think we went a single day without that.
No, and I would think all the 24-inch pike or smaller, maybe even 26-inch pike or smaller, they're all bait there.
Yeah.
Because all the 40-inchers can eat that dude.
Yep.
And like that's probably why we didn't see them. They probably get vacuumed up early in the season, and
The tiny fraction that live go on to be giants. Yeah, it's hard to say. I just know that there's a tremendous number of pike in that resource in general, and catching them with spinning tackle was super fun.
Got him. There we go. Oh, that is so much fun. Dude, thank you, Dan, for your fine fishing spot. And also, oop, he's got that thing in his mouth. He had that leader in his mouth. Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're two of my favorite Dans. Dan Paul, who we're fishing with right here, and Dan Spangler, who's the guy behind that led the development team of this bait. And there you go. That's a
He
whole.
ate that sucker.
You see how patient I was on the hook set too to make sure he had it. That's awesome.
So I've got
Jaw spreaders.
some jaw spreaders because I don't like sticking my fingers in a bunch of teeth.
No, that
And-
seems plausible.
When we're doing dental work, we do our best to keep our fingers away from sharp teeth. And this guy really, holy moly.
Yeah, see, you got to be patient with the single hook, guys. You got to be patient with the hook set. Well done, man. All right, you can let him out of
Hi,
here.
mister.
There you go. He's gonna go visit the camera guy. That's good stuff right there. I
Do
might
it
have to
again,
try
do it
that
again.
again. Do it again, Sam. Do it again. I'm gonna try this back part over here.
Oh my Lord.
That's good, clean throw, bro. Right
You
over the
can
grass.
cast a country mile with that, can't you?
Yes, sir. That's part of the reason I like the braid, you know. We got dur braid on here, spider wire dur braid on here, and you can throw it a long ways.